Hello everyone. This is an account of my journey to Sierra Leone and my time spent there helping the Waterloo hospital. At the beginning of week 9, I was just finishing up my transfer from one apartment to the other, and as you can see, if you don't run the bathroom faucet for a while, it gets pretty disgusting. One of the final steps to switching apartments was cleaning my old bathroom, and my old bathroom is one of the reasons I switched apartments in the first place. The drain is not the lowest part of the shower area, which is why there's a whole bunch of water in the corner, as well as a whole bunch of mildew. So all I needed to do was dump some detergent on the floor and start scrubbing. I'm guessing all this ice is from Asan and James, who like to freeze water bottles and then sell them to football players, but I'm kind of cracking down on them and having them put their bottles in the vacant apartment's freezer now. And here's my new apartment. The bed's comfier, the bathroom's cleaner, I get more furniture, and an oven. Along with all that, I got stuff that Eric left behind, including hot drink supplies. I don't usually drink hot drinks, but if I don't, then it's just gonna sit here, so I thought, why not? One thing that wasn't here was cream or sugar, so I was drinking black coffee until I was able to go to Choithrum's and get instant milk and a whole bunch of sugar. This is another thing Eric left behind. Lipton Soup Secrets, and it really is a secret soup because there aren't any instructions and it doesn't even say what it is. I gave my best guess at how much water you're supposed to put in the pot, and my backpacking experience told me that something like this should boil for 3 to 5 minutes after you add the mix. Upon opening the packet, I was surprised to see little noodles in the mix, but it turned out alright and I got the right amount of water. It was pretty tasty, and I think it was chicken noodle soup. I won't be buying glass bottles of soda from the local market anymore. That orange residue that you see is not for me. They reused the glass bottles, which is pretty disgusting. But I cleaned the top off as best I could and wasn't gonna let it go to waste. At the beginning of week 9, I had a meeting with the administration to talk about some items pertaining to the store, and then I went through the store with the 2 doctors so that they could see what was there. The main surgeon was so impressed that he took me to a restaurant by the name of... Look everyone, actual pizza! The restaurant is in the touristy part of Freetown, which is why there are a whole bunch of white people, and it's owned by Italians, which means their Italian ice cream is really good. They had a whole bunch of flavors, and I got a combination of melon, apple, and lemon. One of the things I did these 2 weeks was sort through and record all of the expired drugs, which was not fun at all. As you can see, a mouse got into this box, and I don't know if he had some of the adrenaline we have on stock, but he went crazy. You know how your hands get all wrinkly when they're underwater? Well, that happened to me with my own sweat when my hands are in gloves working in the store. That's how hot it is. Pretty disgusting, right? I'm pretty sure this is an ant, not a wasp, but whatever it is, it randomly showed up in my room and started flying around and kind of freaked me out, but it kind of died by itself. The next photo is of some things I got at the local market. That specific trip, I was forcefully grabbed by a beggar girl. It was really surprising because that has never happened before. She held onto my arm really tight so that I couldn't keep going, and I had to literally twist my arm to force her to let go. It was a bit traumatizing, and I hope it never happens again. They don't have genetically modified grapefruits like they do in the United States, so I had to pick out a ton of seeds from this grapefruit before I ate it, but it sure was delicious. Also, I unfortunately didn't get any video footage of my most exciting trip these 2 weeks, which was to Freetown with Peter. We took what are called pura, which is basically passenger vans for public transport. And then when we got to Freetown, we briskly walked around doing different errands. It was hard to keep up with Peter, and I realized that if I lost him, I would be stranded because my phone and money were in his backpack for safekeeping. That is why I wasn't able to get any footage, and that realization really motivated me to keep up with Peter. Peter's to-do list in Freetown was to get some ink for the printer at the hospital and getting some money from the bank for the hospital. My to-do list also consisted of 2 things. Get to a supermarket, because I had a long list of things I needed to buy, and also go to the post office to see if there are any packages for me. I would say my trip was a success because I made it to Choithrams and got essentially everything I needed, and I also went to the post office and there was a package for me, which was the highlight of my week. It was the Thanksgiving package, and I know there was at least one more package before that sent by the Student Missions Office, which makes me think that the previous package was stolen and or lost forever. And I know you guys don't care nearly as much as I do, but I'll show everyone what's in the package. The first thing I pulled out was articles explaining the health benefits of colloidal silver. Classic grandma. I haven't had to use it yet, and I hopefully won't have to, but I'll probably leave all of that stuff behind so that the doctors and nurses here can use it when they need to. Then some more health articles from Grandma. Thank you very much, Grandma, and just so you know, I'm taking my Juice Plus every day. After that, I found 2 Collegian newspapers, which is the Walla Walla University's school newspaper. I don't often find their articles very intelligent, but it's fun to see what's going on with Walla Walla University and the Adventist world. On my shopping list for the supermarket was candles, but I wasn't able to find any. And then, right in my package was candles delivered right to my apartment, so that was super awesome. There was also hot chocolate mix, which is a hot drink that I do like, as opposed to coffee or tea. The next thing I found was mashed potato mix, something I sorely missed during Thanksgiving, and something that they definitely don't sell here in Sierra Leone. Although now that I'm thinking about it, I definitely could have made mashed potatoes with all the potatoes I'm eating. There were also a couple packs of instant oatmeal, and they even sent my favorite flavor too, apples and cinnamon. The next thing I pulled out was something I had no idea what it was. It was like a gooey clump of nuts and other ingredients. As you can see my perplexed face, I just had no idea. But later I pulled out a recipe, and that kind of explained things a bit more. And there's another packet of instant oatmeal. Reminds me of going backpacking. And of course, if you have mashed potatoes, you have to have gravy too, which is what that packet is. The next item is a couple fall leaves, which I'm actually really glad they sent. There isn't really a season of autumn in Sierra Leone, so it reminds me of home. I showed the leaves to one of the locals here, and he thought that was really cool and strange. Of course, you gotta have Thanksgiving napkins if you're gonna have a Thanksgiving dinner. And the next item I pulled out was cough drops. More cough drops. I have plenty of cough drops, so I'm not sure why I got sent cough drops, presumably by Grandma who thought I didn't have enough. Next is garlic seasoning. And my girlfriend, who is task forcing, also received one of these packages, and at the mailing department where she's working, they said, "Come get your package, it stinks," because of the garlic seasoning. And here you can see my look of realization as I find the recipe for that gooey wad of nuts I found earlier in the package. Then there was a nice note written by someone at Walla Walla University, and a bookmark, which I probably won't use, though the sentiment is appreciated. And last but not least is one of my favorite things in this package. Chicken seasoning, sent by my grandma. Thank you very much, Grandma. And I also want to say thank you to the Student Missions Office for sending us these packages every month. But wait, there's more. If you turn your package upside down and check very thoroughly right now, you could get 1 free paperclip.